Hi there, it's Miss Nowakowski coming to you from the studio at Grower Elementary in the Richmond School District. This video shows you how to create a macrame leaf. Okay, so all you need for this project is some cord or some yarn, scissors, and some sort of measuring tool. And then you might want to look in your yard or a park nearby or in a book or a field guide to think about the shape and symmetry of different leaves and think about what sort of shape you want to create for your macrame project. So here's how you start your leaf. I've got my 60 centimeter piece of yarn or string or cord. I folded it in half and then tied a knot near the top, so I have a little loop here, and I've just taped this down to keep it here on my paper. And then I have all my 18 centimeter lengths of cord here, and I just fold them all in half like this, and I need 2 for each row here. So I'm going to take my first one and I'm going to put it under the cords and have the loop on this side and the ends on this side. And then I'm going to do the opposite on this side. I'm going to put the loop over here and the ends here. And then I push the ends in that loop and I pull the ends up through the other loop. And then I pull it, pull it, pull it. And then we have our knot. I pull that nice and tight. And then I do this 8 more times so that I have 9 knots like this going down my center strings here. So now I have my 9 knots down the center, and I just pull them all nice and tight and make sure that they're pushed up in the center there. And then for the bottom 2, I'm just going to tie a knot. So I'm going to do a loop knot, but you could do another type of knot at the bottom just to secure it. And I'm going to push it right up against the end there, pull that nice and tight. Okay. Now I'm going to look at a field guide and look at some different pictures of leaves from trees and decide what sort of shape I want to cut my leaf to. I'm just looking at some different trees here to get some inspiration, what kind of leaf shape I want to use for my macrame leaf. So I'm just going to spread all my strings out to the side here and try and sort of visualize the shape that I'm going to cut. Now this is 9 knots here. Again, you can make it much longer if you want to make a bigger leaf. But I'm going to just start cutting on one side and start to cut my shape. You can always trim this afterwards, kind of like when you get your hair cut. They do a cut and then they go back and check the details. Just move those scraps off, and then, so I think that that's a bit too wide at the top. I want it to curve in a little bit more at the top. I'm going to cut that quite a bit shorter there. Okay, starting a little bit to look like a leaf. So I'm going to start on this side. And I'm going to try and be as symmetrical as I can. You could measure it if you want, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use my eyes and visually estimate how long each side is. Okay. What do you think? Oh, I missed a piece there. Need to get that. Okay, so it's not looking very even right now, so I need to do a little bit more trimming. I'm going to keep trimming it and trim it until I'm happy with my leaf shape. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to untwist and fluff out all my cord here. So this type of cord I'm using, or string, is just twisted together. So I'm just going to untwist it to fluff it out. And then you could use a comb or a brush to fluff it out even more. So I have a little cat comb here, so I can use that to fluff out my strings here. So I'll just keep doing that. So here's one example of a macrame leaf. I trimmed the bottom strings off, so this forms the point of the leaf. And then we have the little loop here, which then you can knot to your different macrame projects or just hang on its own. A simpler knotting version to make a leaf is just to start the same way. Take about a 50 centimeter length of yarn, fold it in half and tie a knot at the top to create a little loop. And then I've just got 10 smaller strings here. I think they're about 20 centimeters long. I might need to add more. We'll see how this goes. And you just put your string under, move it up to the top near that knot. Just do an over, under, and through knot and pull. A simple knot like when you're tying a ribbon or tying your shoelaces. So under, pull it up, cross over, through the loop, and then pull. And just pull it up. So I'm going to do all 10 and we'll see if I think I need to add more or not. So I ended up adding 2 more strings, so I've got 12 knots down the middle, and then I tied the bottom 2 center strings into a knot to keep it secure and hold it all together. Now I'm going to cut a leaf shape and then fluff out this yarn.